This video is going to walk you through what to do at the end of the day after you finish doing all your classroom observations and you are regathered with your team and deciding on the different evidence sources before you make your final rating. So on the SSR resources page, you'll notice that there is a classroom observation summary reports link. And when you click that, it will take you to a spreadsheet that will have a bunch of links to different reports. You can remember that we did the Rocky Mountain District for our fake observations. And you'll notice that there's two columns here, one for curriculum and instruction, one for learning climate and student dispositions. We were doing learning climate and student dispositions in our example earlier, so we'll stick with that. And then we were also on Team H. So we'll find Team H, and then we'll click that link. And that will take us to a public report page. Now you can see here that there are a bunch of bar graphs, and then below is notes. Up here is going to be climate and culture, and then down here, student dispositions. So we'll just look at student dispositions. You can see here that there is, all these bar charts are kind of different because these are the collected evidence of all of the observations we took as a team throughout the day. So you can see the framework elements are written below each of these groups of bar charts. And then the colors over here indicate the evidence that we saw. So for example, students demonstrate a growth mindset and resiliency. We saw 3 observations where there was limited evidence, 1 observation of significant evidence, and 1 observation where it wasn't applicable, where the activity that the students were doing didn't really allow them to show a growth mindset or resiliency. If we look over at, say, this one, where students evaluate their current performance in relationship to expectations for mastery, we can see, oh, there was actually 4 observations that showed significant evidence of that, and only 1 limited evidence. So that's really strong evidence in our observations that students evaluate their current performance in relationship to expectations for mastery. So as we're making our final rating, that's going to be one of the decision-making points for us that we focus on. So it will influence that. And then if you want a little more information about it, you can scroll down, and then you can see all the notes that have been collected throughout the day by all the different team members. Each of these is kind of segmented up by classroom. And before you make your final rating, you also want to scroll down and make sure that you are looking at the school rating. There's only going to be 1 observation for each school rating. So everyone will have 1, everyone should have 1. And yeah, you can add this to your decision-making process as well. Further, if you want to just kind of skip around on this document, you can use this left column over here and just click around, and that will take you to the different areas if you want to look at a specific area. So just make sure that you are adding all of this information when you're making your final decision about ratings, and then also be sure to look at the note catcher and use that to help you find all of the different data sources that you should be using in your decision-making process.